Okay, guys, you ready to start? This is the Rainbow Cameleon, and it's a really good, excellent painting for blending and making new colors, because when we paint, we do color, shape, and texture, right? So the shape is already there. I drew it on there for you. Done, right? So we're going to try not to go outside the lines to maintain the shape. The color is the whole rainbow: red, yellow, green, blue, purple. And then how many color values for 3D? 3, right? Dark, medium, light. So it's always the color by itself, the color with a teensy bit of white, and it always has a bright top of white on top. Okay, and that's going to make no sense until we start painting, so ignore what I'm saying. So it's, I need 3D, dark, medium, light. So it's the shape, the color, and the texture. And the 3D is literally called tone, right? The tone, the hue of the, we're going to make dark, medium, light. So the first thing we're going to do is our stick. And we only have one paintbrush. And how big you want this paintbrush is how hard you push. So it is not a pencil or a pen, right? So if you, let's say I gave you the most fancy, expensive pen ever, how soft would you try to write with it? So delicate, right? Just barely floating on the tip. That paintbrush, that would make your paintbrush super pointy and tiny. But let's say I gave you a Sharpie, smash, and put lots of color, and then it gets bigger. Your paintbrush opens when you touch the canvas, okay? So we need our one little paintbrush, and it's a brand new, like it has hairspray on it or something, so you just bounce it on your hand and it breaks up the hairspray. Like that. But look how pointy that is. Nice. I like seeing your paintings, not your face, right? Because if you need to ask a question, you stick your face in there. Okay, so we're gonna learn everything we need to know about this painting by painting the stick first, right? Because the stick is underneath the chameleon, right? So his tail goes on top. So when we get to tail, we paint it on top of the stick. So the stick better be dry by then, right? Because it's brown and green. And then his foot's on top. So if I put all these pieces first, by the time I get to the feet and the tail, it'll be dry, right? So we're going to do our stick. So we get to learn how to, and then, so everything that we learn and we mess up, we learn on this stick. And the concept is like, oh, I get it, using the stick. So nobody looks at the stick. So we get, it's like a rough draft, right? So we need brown and green to make the stick. Brown, I just pop it open. This is the only time we use brown, so it's only a teensy bit. And green. Little highlight of green. And my little paintbrush. My table's behind me, so awkward. I'm jealous of you. You could put your paints right in front of your painting. So you just go poke, go, poke, go. But mine's behind me. How it's set up, so whatever. Okay, so I'm going to paint the stick, but we need to outline the stick first. But it's kind of a big paintbrush, so it's kind of intimidating. But this is how you outline with paint. It's not a crayon or a Sharpie or a marker or a color pencil, so we don't scribble. You have to scribble with those kind of mediums because a little bit of color comes out at a time, right? And we don't need any water. I saw that question. No water. We'll just use paper towels to clean our paintbrush. Do you guys know the color wheel? Right? The color wheel, red, yellow, green, blue, purple. As long as my dirty red paintbrush goes into the orange, it doesn't hurt the orange. My orange paintbrush goes into the yellow one, doesn't hurt it. My yellow one goes into the green. If we go in rainbow order, we'll never make a dirty color. Right? You know, like when you play with Play-Doh and all of a sudden it looks like a cat turd and you don't want to play with it anymore. And you're like, Mom, my Play-Doh is ruined, right? It's because you mix two colors opposite on the color wheel. Purple and yellow make brown. Red and green make brown. Blue and orange make brown, right? So if it's ever happened to you, you're like, ew, what just happened? You thought they were pretty next to each other because they're opposites, and opposites are very beautiful next to each other. But if you mix them, they cancel each other out and make okay? So we're going to go in rainbow order. So all we have to do is pinch our paintbrush clean with a paper towel. Next color. Okay? So back to the stick. Okay, so there's only one paintbrush. Wait, how many paintbrushes do you guys have? 2? Do you have the tiny little blue one? Is that what you have? Like this? You actually only need one. I was being generous with this tiny one. We don't really need it. This one's all dried out. Okay, there. So we only actually need one. Okay, so we're gonna paint the stick, and we just smash. If I smash my paintbrush, as soon as I touch the canvas, my paintbrush goes huge, makes a fan, right? Well, we're gonna actually use it like a bulldozer. You know how a bulldozer pushes the sand like this? And then on either side, there'd be a pile of sand, right? So we're going to get our brown, and we just stab our brown like we're mad. Stab! And mine's all puddled into a corner. So I just go stab! Like that. And my paintbrush can only pick up so much, so I'm not worried, right? It's not like, I got a tiny bit. I get a lot because I have far to go. And then I just go, oh, okay. So I'm going to outline. And I don't want to look at the Sharpie either. Sharpies are dumb. So I just go smash. And I just go, I sneak up and I go, oh, I'm sneaking. Look at one hair is going to paint this. What? Up. Okay, one hair's touching it. Now I can go swipe. Bye. Okay, and then I go smash. And then I try to sneak up. And I'm staring at one hair. Can you see that? One hair of the paintbrush because I'm smashing it open. There. But now it's all dry. I need more. Stab! Get a lot. And I just land inside the stick. Smash! And sneak down. Oh, there, I got it. Now I'm covering up. And one hair is covering up. Bye, Sharpie. I don't want to look at you. Goodbye. I'm bullying the Sharpie. Rude. There, I got it. I'm trying to paint on camera. Okay, did you do it? Did you prove it was true? Remember, you need to be comfortable. I know I said I need to see your painting, but you need to like have a balanced arm, right? Relaxed. Okay. Otherwise, it gets your arm starts to shake. Okay, now watch this. There's the stick. Right? Oh, that's a mistake. I don't know what happened there, but all the stripes on the stick are going down. Hey, that doesn't match right there. Look, on either side of the tail. And then they're going this way, and then I jump to they're still going that way, and they're still going that way. Why? It's all part of one stick. So they all go diagonal off the page. Oh, okay. Now that it's outlined, your brain won't let you go outside the lines, because you have a good human brain. So I just stab my brown. And now I just land right by the tail on that landing pad I already put. I just go land and swipe, and land and swipe, and land and swipe, and land and swipe. And I'm trying to make the texture of wood. So do I scribble up and down? No. Wood goes like this. We're making the texture. And what if black shows through? Built-in shadow, like I planned it. I didn't, but it looks good, so I don't even care. I had to get another stab because I ran out. There. And look, they're all going downhill, 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 stripety stripe, stripety stripe. And those stripes is the texture we're after. Shape, color, and texture. Right? Down, 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 down. Okay, now we need to make it 3D. So how many color values do we need for 3D? green. It's going to be green is a 3D color. So it's on the bottom. I start on the bottom, and the bottom first stripe of green, because it's so thick, is going to be very, very green. But just like I'm mowing the lawn or sweeping or something, all my lines touch. So it's going to be very green, not very green, kind of greenish brown. And I give my paintbrush permission to run out of green on purpose. And then I'm running out of green, and I do not stop until I get to the top. And now I'm just touching it for texture. But what if I drop off 1 micron of green, extra decoration? Okay, so that's my words. Now with a dirty paintbrush, because I don't even care, I'm going to get green, and I just stab my green like I'm mad. Boop! Like that, boop. Boop. And then this is all the green I get. I stabbed it hard. Hard. Okay. There's a lot on there, but that's all I get. I do not get more. Okay. Now it's going to go on the bottom. I think because it's moss, and he keeps walking on the top of the stick, so there's no moss on the top. Okay, everybody pause and look up, even if you're busy, because I want you to be able to see this. Okay, so my first stripe is very green. So I land and swipe. Ooh, look it made green and brown. I don't care. That looks like good texture. Then the next stripe should be less green, wait, where is it going? Less green, less green, less green, less green, less green. This green is very see-through. I need to do it twice. Stab the green. Let me try it again. Okay, the brown looks like it's 1,000 times more powerful than my green. We need to put the green on very soft. The brown is eating my green. Okay, I'm going to do even softer. Watch this. Super light. Okay, that's better. So delicate. And it's a little bit wonky. I don't care. And then, oh, it's very light. It's disappearing. Almost all the way gone. Clearly not green anymore. Nothing. Oh, there's paint on the other side of my paintbrush and there. So I got very bright, not very bright, running out, almost invisible. Brown ate my green. Nothing. 0. And I gave my paint permission to do that. But did you see how I had to do it twice? I pushed really hard, and the brown has way more pigment than my green and ate my green. So I had to do it twice and go back. But how do we learn things on Earth? By doing and making adjustments. So did I freak out? No. Because my company that I buy my paints from went out of business during COVID. So I had to order paints from different companies, and it's always different and weird. So I'm learning too. You never know, and you just go with it and make an adjustment, right? So do you have 3D? Bright green, not very bright, running out of green, almost gone, completely gone. By the time you're at the top, it's brown. Right? Okay, now, and look at it. There's only green on the bottom of the paintbrush, but it can't do nothing. So I'm just going to get my brown. Ooh, look at this is a tiny little piece. Right? So I'm going to paint that brown. But how do we outline with paint again? So I stab my brown step. And I land inside the stick. Right. Because I'm only going to stare at one hair. And I sneak up and I let one hair touch the Sharpie from inside. Oh, I missed the Sharpie. I don't want to look at no shiny silver. Get out of here. There. Okay. I tried doing that with pencil, but pencil was even too light, so I had to go up to a Sharpie. Look, there's green in mine. Is that going to matter? No, my brown's going to eat that green in like 1 second. And then which way do the stripes go? Downhill. Downhill. How come? It's part of the same stick, so it has to have the matching texture. Samesies. Now I'm worried about, remember when I showed you my original and the bottom stick was bigger than this next one? Check yours. Should I make my stick a little bigger so it looks like it goes behind the tail? I don't know. Let me see. Okay, that looks better. Okay. And then stripe, brown, stripe, brown, boring, brown. But they're all going in the same downhill direction because it's the same stick. Now I feel like there was brown on my paintbrush before, and that's why the green got eaten so fast. So we're going to clean our paintbrush, so we have to lick it. Just kidding. We're going to get a paper towel, and just fold it over on top of it and then pinch it and squeeze the paint out, and it literally comes clean. Has a little tiny bit of paint left in it, and she's nice and pointy again, but it basically all squeezes out. That way when we get green, there's no brown on our paintbrush to cover up our poor baby green. She looks like she's invisible. Why are we going so slow with this? Because this is a learning curve right now. We don't know how, and we're learning how, right? This is Earth. We learn by doing. So now I'm gonna decorate this little thing. But where's the green go? Scribbled in? No, brown will just eat it. I put it in I lay it down in little stripes, and it's very green, not very green, running out, all gone to the top, right? So I think I can do it. If I do it soft, I think I can do it with one poke this time. Okay, I'm gonna see. So I poke my green poke. Okay, got it, got my green. And where does it go on the bottom? Okay, and then I try to run out of green paint on purpose in little stripes, so it's very green. Okay, I did that really soft. That was super delicate. And then the row above that is green. Oh, there's paint on the other side of my paintbrush too. And green, running out of green, running out of green. Okay, now I've literally ran out, and I go to the top, all gone. Oh, nice. I did it, and it makes sense, and I got it. How many times, and do you understand it, right? So the wet paint is going to get, we're just floating some green on top of it and trying to make it disappear. So it's a fade. It fades away into invisibleness. We never come to a stop because you'll see the line when it dries. So we always disappear all the way, even though you can't see it. When it dries, you might see a speck of green. Okay, now you can lick your paintbrush again. Just seeing who's falling for it. You weirdos eating paint. No, I just get the paper towel. Give it a little pinch. And then, okay, this one. So we've done two pieces. Who thinks this one's going to make so much sense? It's this one right here. A foot, right? So, and look, it's really long. We're going to have to stop and get brown a couple times, you know, because it's going to get all, your paintbrush will get dry. So, okay, stab the brown. Stab! And then I land inside this big, long piece. Stab. Okay, now I smash my paintbrush, and I'm sneaking. Okay, I touched it. Now I can push like a bulldozer, and it squeezes out a nice bead of paint. Yes, the paint squishes out the side of the paintbrush and makes it smooth. Wiggling, scribbling, because you're like in kindergarten with a crayon. No, we're not scribbling. We don't have a furry stick. No scribbling. I stab the brown, and watch me. Everybody watch. Anthony, right? Woo, smash. And how do I outline? This is the most important thing we learn, because the entire painting is made this way. And I let one hair on the outside of the paintbrush, and I drive my car, and it's very smooth and no wiggles. How come? Because with a human brain, once you outline something, you will not go past it. It's a human brain trick, and it's already built in. But if you scribble, your brain feels like it can jump around. Okay, now I have a good outline. Right? Once you have a good outline, filling it in is super easy. So I stab the brown, stab. And then which way should my stripes go? Downhill, because they're all matching. They all have to go in the same direction. So it's stripe, and then that stripe touches that stripe, and that stripe touches that stripe, and that touches that. There. And if black shows through, built-in shadow. So who was excited or nervous when we started? And you saw how this painting, and you're like, there's no way I can paint this. I can't. She's so mean to me. Well, we're not going to paint a chameleon. We're painting little boxes of color. And when we're done, the shape tells us it's a chameleon. We're just decorating and having fun with each little piece of color. And then when we're done, you'll be so amazed with yourself. Okay, I have to clean my paintbrush. No, I'm not licking it. You weirdos. Okay. I'll stop telling that joke when I get tired of it. Okay, Then I get green. Oh, this is far. This is way farther than this bottom piece. I have a feeling I'm going to have to get green at least 2 or 3 times. This is big, right? I need to do the whole bottom is green. And I just worry that brown's going to eat up my green. So, okay, stab my green. I'll just call it my first go. Because I worry this is so big. And then how soft am I when I'm floating on top of the paint? I don't push hard. The brown will eat it. Super soft. So very green. And then I can't be all perfectly straight when I'm doing it soft, but it's a stick. So it doesn't matter, right? And I just go swipe. Oh, I didn't even get to halfway. It totally ran out of green. Okay, I have to do it twice. I told you, it's too big. So I get another stab of green. Stab. Okay, so very green. And there is paint on the other side of my paintbrush. Okay, I'm past halfway. Now I'm going to keep going higher. Higher. Running out of green. And then it's invisible. And do I care that it's not perfectly straight lines? No, I'm a stick. And if it's all ratty and bumpy, excellent. Who's noticed they go back and touch it twice? What happens when you touch it twice and you don't just stop and let go? What happens to your green? It becomes brown. You just put it in the blender. Now it became like a caramel macchiato. You stirred it into one color. We are making stripes, which means you can only touch it once. Does that make sense? And then who's noticed you tried to touch it twice and you went, where'd the green go? Hey, right? The brown ate it. So then you try it again. But how do you learn on this planet? When the teacher shows you math, did you learn the math? No. When do you learn the math? When you do it. Blah, 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 blah. It doesn't help nothing. Once you do it, you're like, oh, and you're making all these adjustments and your brain's going ding, 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 ding. I get it, right? So look at very green on the bottom, medium-ish green in the middle-y part, and then I totally ran out of green on purpose at the top. Okay. Now I had to clean my paintbrush. Pinch. One tiny piece. Oh, where'd you go? There you are. Okay. Am I still on? Okay. And then now I'm going to do this little tiny piece. Not very much brown, not very much green, but you know what I worry about? You want to see something funny? Look at my original painting. What did I forget? I forgot to do the stick under his foot. What the heck? So when we put the brown and the green, we'll put a teensy bit in here. But if you cover up her toes, they're V's, right? It's just a V. So I could paint a yellow V when I have to. No big deal. Okay. So I'm going to stab my brown stab. Okay. And I don't want to look at any Sharpies. So I land inside, smash. Can you see my hand? Nope. Let me move over this way. Okay, so I go smash, one hair, and I push like a bulldozer, drive my car, and I stay inside the stick and let one hair sneak out. Oh, I must have got a tiny poke. I already ran out. Okay, a tiny poke more. There. Okay, now I need to make this. Which way do the stripes go? All have to go the same way because all part of the same state. Because texture matters. No scribbly. Texture. The texture tricks your brain, right? Do you know that's one of the reasons why when the light is very low in the house, you easily trip over things and can't find things because all texture disappears too. And you're like, I can barely see, and your brain can't process what's smooth, what's rough, you know? It's a weird trick. Oh, and I almost forgot again. Underneath the little foot, a little bit of brown. Okay. But I covered up some of her toes, but I know I could draw a V. No big deal. Okay. Now, no, I'm not licking my paintbrush. You grossos. Stop trying to eat your paint. Now I get a poke of green. Where is it going to be most green? Who thinks this is going to be the easiest one? How come? You've already done 1, 2, 3 of them. And your brain's like, yeah, I know, lady. I already know how. You're practically bored. Because your brain has mastered this, right? So I go, okay, where is it most green? Along the bottom. Way very green. And then the next row is even softer. Not very green. Not very green. Running out of green. All gone. But what happens if I touch it twice? It's just brown. Oh, a tiny speck of green for between her toes. I forgot. Let me get a tiny speck. I got tiny little speck. And put on her toes. No, there. Okay. Because I forgot last time. So who feels like, okay, so let's review. So we got shape, it's a stick. The color, how many hues do we have? At least 3 for 3D. Dark is brown by herself. Medium is any kind of brown with green in it. And then what would be bright? Green by herself. Bright, medium, dark, right? So color, shape, texture. Oh, and our texture. We gave it permission to have the texture of stripes because it's a stick and it's supposed to be bark. So yeah, we just proved it. Yeah. Shape, color, texture. Yeah. Dark, medium, light. Yeah. And you're like, oh. So when we look at this whole thing, right, just stare at the tail. There's a piece of blue. It's tiny. And a piece of green. And then I sewed them together and they made turquoise. And then where is it most bright? The top of her tail. And I just let a tiny bit of white in there. And then I go blue, green, yellow, orange. And the tail is the hardest because she's so little, right? But it's a fingerprint big until we get out here to purple. But it's a fingerprint of blue, a fingerprint of green, a fingerprint of yellow, a fingerprint of orange, a fingerprint of pink, and magenta. You know what we should do? We should put our colors in rainbow order. We don't need brown anymore or black. They're not in our row. We don't need them till the very, very end. So bye, brown. Get out of here. Ooh, rude. So it goes this pink. She stands in for red. Her name is Pithantho Red, but I call her pink because when she put white in her, it's the prettiest pink ever. So pink, then magenta. Magenta is pinkly purple. No, I'm sorry, it's backwards. Magenta's first, then pink. See how much darker she is? I'm dumb. So there, pink, magenta, pink. Who has a question? I saw a hand for 1 second, but I can't see all of you, so it's very hard for me. Just go ahead and unmute yourself. Because I only saw fingers.
I don't have blue.
No, blue! Red, yellow, green, blue, purple?
I don't have either.
That's
I don't have blue. Dad, say we don't have blue. Yeah, I don't have blue either.
All right, we'll just do purple. I'll take blue out of mine too. Just put purple. So it's magenta, pink, which is the red color, orange, yellow, green, purple. And I can take the lids off. And I'll need white for little highlights. Because if you put a color on, how are you going to get 3D? Dark, medium, light. Well, we got the color. Let's say we have magenta. So it's magenta by herself. She's going to dry really dark, especially on a black canvas. Right? Dark. Then it's pink. Right? Dark. Then it becomes a little bit pink with some white in it. And then I give it permission to be perfectly white on the top. Dark, medium, light. Okay, dark, medium, light. So I go, okay, I'm going to pinch my paintbrush. She's nice and tiny. So how hard do I push with my paintbrush this time? Softer. I'm not going to push very hard. I just want it to be little. So you probably won't even feel this. You're going to put it on so your paint so soft. Okay, so I'm going to start with purple first. So I just get purple. Where's purple? And purple is very dark without white's help, right? So purple. Oh, it looks blue on camera. But mine's purple. Weirdo camera. And then this isn't a very big tip of the tail, right? So I just go, oh, so it's just like a little poke, a poke of purple, poke. A little poke, not a giant stab, maybe, right? And how big is the tip of my tail? 1 fingerprint big. Go like this over the tip of her tail. Right? It's 1 fingerprint big. It's not very big. Right? Oh. It's just like a little circle. Right? But how do I outline the middle of my, I have to keep my paintbrush inside the tail, and my paintbrush goes boop. But look how close to the edges I am. I just kind of go up, down, and try to touch the Sharpie. So okay, it's purple. It's going to look black. But I go smash. Okay, I'm inside the tail. Smash, but I can still see the Sharpie. Ew. So I go a little bit higher, a little bit lower. And then, is it a fingerprint? Yeah, I can still get out of here, Sharpie. Okay. Look how black she looks. She definitely needs white's help. Just to be a little bit more shimmer shine, because how many values do we need? 3. Dark is purple by herself, medium, and light. Okay, let's do this. Find your little blue paintbrush. This one's garbage. Okay, and we'll put the white on with this because it's smaller. Question?
My yellow paint dried up, but it had a cap on and it looks like a piece of like this.
Could you put a speck of water in it? Like go to the sink and go squirt like that, and then stir it with your stick of a paintbrush? The lid must have came off. Because if you squeeze the cup at all, the lid goes ting. Okay, so now I need to got my tiny paintbrush, and now I need some white. And then how much white do I need to decorate that? If I get too much white, the whole thing's going to come white. So how much white do I need with my little tiny blue paintbrush? And then a itty bitty tiny speck, and I just barely touch it. I got a little speck. I got a little tiny little baby speck, right? Because I have to run out of white, right? So if I put the white on the top of this purple and I do little stripes, not scribbles, purple's going to eat all your white. So I just go, it's very white on the top of her tail. And then it's not very white, not very white, not very white, not very white, all gone, right? But it's in miniature, right? So you want to see me do it? Okay, watch me. Even if you're busy, watch me. Don't look away. Turn around. Okay, so it's very white. Oh, hello. But then as the next stripe is less, white, lavender. And then do I like those stripes? Yes, they look like scales. I don't have to touch them anymore. Because what happens if I touch them again? It just becomes purple. The purple is more powerful than white. So I just go very white, not very white, running out of white, all gone. And I just do tiny little swipes. And then I have to lick my paintbrush off. Okay, I'll stop doing that because I just saw myself do it in camera. What a pig. Okay, pinch. Okay, now I'm going to go back and get I'm going to switch between the yellow paintbrush and I just changed my mind. Let's just use the little paintbrush the whole time for the tail.
Miss Pixie?
Yeah, question.
I just wanted to say that I got a blue, so, yeah.
Well, if you have a blue and nobody else does, then that's just going to confuse things. So we'll just go with it how it is. Does everybody else have blue? You don't have blue? So something went wrong. I don't know. I had helpers helping me because I had so many to do, and we just go with it. Okay, after purple, is what? After purple is we jump to magenta, because what is magenta? Pink and purple together, right? So I just need with my blue paintbrush, we'll just use the little paintbrush for the little tail. But I can stab it because little paintbrush can only hold so much paint. And then, wait, how big is it, her magenta? 1 finger. Oh. So if I just put paint on my face. Okay, so if I smash my paintbrush inside 1 fingerprint big, and I just want to get rid of the Sharpie, it actually looks like an H or 11. So I land and I go smash, and I just go, goodbye Sharpie, goodbye Sharpie. And did you put it on really hard or soft? You don't have to use much pressure, huh? Your paintbrush opens a certain size. And then I want to get white, but there's a whole bunch of magenta still on my paintbrush. So I just give it a little pinch with a paper towel. I just keep this 1 paper towel handy. And then how much white do you think to decorate it? A speck. Boop. And then, okay, now I need to talk about where is the light coming from. The light is above here, right? Shining down on my, okay, so the top of her tail is the light. So I'm going to drop off my string of white here and then let it run out as it goes lower, 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 like opposite of green. Okay, so I just got a little ton of polka because I have to run out of white. So I can't use very much of it. So it's very white. Oh, and then not very white, running out of white, all gone, done, stop. Nice. But you know what's exciting right now? 2 colors are touching. 2 colors are touching. Do you know what that means? We get to mix them together and make a new color where they touch. So magenta and purple becomes a brand new color. So I clean my paintbrush. So I have this is all new to you. So expect your brain to be highly confused going, what? What? That's okay. As soon as we do like the whole tail, you'll be like, whatever, lady, I got this. Okay, so now I clean the paintbrush, and with no paint on my paintbrush, I'm gonna sew magenta and purple together. There's no paint on here. I'm gonna scratch them together, push and pull and push and pull and push and pull, and try to make purpley magenta where they meet. No paint on my paintbrush, nice and dry. Purple, magenta, magenta, purple, purple, magenta, magenta, purple. A new color happened where they touch. I pushed and pulled where they touched, and they made something new. And I did it gently, and it made purpley pink. The best. Who got to make a new color? That was the first time you made a new color on this painting. Woo-woo. Well, I guess green-brown, but nobody was excited about it, right? So I clean my paintbrush pitch because right after that comes, after magenta is pink. The one that's red, she looks like red, but she's not because she's cuter with white in her. So how big is magenta? 1 fingerprint. Okay. So I stab my pink step. And it just looks like an H, basically, because I just want to get rid of the Sharpies. But I land inside her tail, smash, so I can get rid of it with 1 hair, right? And swipe. Okay, done. Because once I have my outline, how easy is it to fill in? Oh my God, smashy, smashy, done. So easy. And then I got to clean my paintbrush. Because is that 3D right now? No, it doesn't have any white in it. I have to turn the light on. So I clean my paintbrush, pinch. Now how much white do I get? For a little accent, a little blink. So I get my white paint and I just get a teeny tiny poke, a poke. So when we get the color, it's a stab. When I get my color, it's a poke. Okay, so where is, this is confusing. We'll just call the inside of the pink where we put the white so it matches the magenta. So I draw, it's going to be very white on the inside. So I just go very white. Okay, and then less white, running out of white, disappear, dark pink. 3D. Can you guess a pattern right now? Do you see the pattern right now? You can tell it's going, first we outline it, then we fill it in, then we decorate with a little bit of white. I know, and we're trying to run out of white. So we have bright, medium, and ran out. So that pink's sitting there by herself at the bottom. And then I clean my paintbrush pinch. As soon as your paper towel is too ugly to look at, you just get another one. But I got lots of rooms on mine still. Okay, now, clean paintbrush. Now we get to make pink magenta. What? With no paint on my paintbrush, I'm going to sew them together. And I push magenta into pink and pink into magenta and magenta into pink. I made a new color where they touch. Right there, they were just sitting on each other like this. It was so boring. So I went boop. And I pushed and pulled where they touch. Not the whole thing, just where they touch so a new color happens. Nice. So did you put your colors in a rainbow order? Can you tell what comes next? Orange. So I stab my orange step. Because we're doing small pieces, a whole stab is all it takes. And how big is it? 1 finger? All right. So it's like an H or an 11. I get by Sharpie, and then it's really easy to fill in. So I just go, okay, stripe. That's easy. And then fill it in. Hey, orange is very see-through. I could see black a lot. What? That means we're definitely gonna need white's help. Because white is called opaque. You can't see through her. This orange looks transparent. Oh, and I think I messed up the thickness of my tail. I was going too fast. Whatever. Now I clean my paintbrush and I just go pinch. I don't know this chameleon. I don't know if he didn't break his tail right there. I don't know. It's none of my business. Okay, now I'm going to get a little poke of white. Poke. And then where do I put it? We need to switch it because there's clearly a top now. The top of the orange, if the light was coming down, it needs to be on the top of the orange. That makes sense? So we're switching it. So it's very white. I'm gonna attach it to my pink. And less white. I ran out. But look how much it helped orange from being see-through. And then I clean my paintbrush because with a dry paintbrush, what do? Pink and orange are touching. Ooh, what's gonna happen? Dry paintbrush. I push, I scribble, I push and pull. I make a little bridge world between pink and orange. I put the pink in the orange and orange in the pink and the pink in the orange. Oh, I'm in love with that color. That has to be the color of a flower somewhere. Pinky orange. So good. Did you do it? Okay, what comes after orange? Yellow. Stab. Oh, I didn't open my yellow. What the heck? Who had the yellow that was all dry? Were you able to get to put a teensy bit of water in it and wake her up a little bit? You did it? Did you do it? Because I don't know who that was. Put a little bit of water in it and stir. Did it wake back up? Did it wake up?
Yeah, but it's like a little more, it's like watery.
And you stir it and get all the crunchy bits out?
No, it's pink. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Now I put yellow. So I stab the yellow. Stab. There's always a risk of that happening because these aren't, factory made, sealed, So, maybe we should go bigger. The tail's getting bigger, a fingerprint, but it's just like an H. So I stabbed my yellow. It's a globule. And I land in the middle of my tail, smash, because I want to just get rid of the Sharpies with a stripe. Stripey? Okay, how big? A fingerprint. Nice. Look how much more pigment is in this yellow than was in the orange. Different company. They trip me out. I don't know why they all can't be the same. And how big is it? A fingerprint. Well, okay, it feels like bigger than a fingerprint because the tail got bigger. And then I clean my paintbrush pinch. And now I get to turn the light on. How do we make it brighter on the top? I clean my paintbrush and I get a tiny poke of white. Maybe a little bigger because my piece of yellow is a little bigger, right? So where is it most bright? Across the top, super white. Right, super white. And then less white, running out of white. And then it's just yellow by herself, all done. Nice. And then, yellow and orange are touching. What do we get to do? Whoop. We get to scratch a bit, make little bridge worlds between the two. And with a clean paintbrush, look, I got paint on my hands now. With a clean paintbrush, I push the orange in the yellow and the yellow in the orange and the yellow like that. And I go scratchy, scratch. I push and pull and push and pull. And I make, a soft orangey yellow appears. Love. You're so jealous of me right now? Or did you make that color too? I know, right? Good job. And then, what comes after yellow? Green. I have a sneaking suspicion this green is see-through like my orange. So I stab my green. I don't know if it is. We'll see because I haven't used it except for on my brown, right? And look at how it's fading right now. It's fading a lot. Okay, so I get the green, and it's just an H, maybe bigger than a fingerprint. Maybe maybe two fingers? Two fingers. I don't know. But I just go smash. I land inside the tail at all times. Smash. So only one hair sneaks out. Whoop! Make an 11. Swipe. Yeah, it's see-through. Look at her. But white's going to help her. So how do we be sure that we're outlining and staying in the shape? The outline of the block of color is always the key. Land. Then the middle is super easy, right? So it's having two good landings for the sides. Then you always stay in the middle. Now I need to clean my paintbrush so I can get a poke of white. Okay, ew! I just slimed myself. I want a new paper towel. It just got on me. I get a new one. Okay, I got a fresh one. Okay, now I need to make my green, the light turn on my green, so I get a poke of white, poke. And where is it most bright? Across the top, right? So I just go, whee, very white, then not very white, turning green, almost gone, disappearing, almost clear, it's almost gone, and then it's gone. It's just green by yourself on the bottom. Then give my paintbrush a pinch. I totally could hold this napkin the whole time because every time I get something, I have to clean my paintbrush. Okay. And now, yellow and green are touching. What do I get to do? Scribbly. So I push the green and the yellow and the yellow and the green, the green and the yellow and the green. And I make like a line. Oh, I did it too hard and it scratched the black right through. Softer. Super soft. Okay, whoa. Okay, it's scratching. Clean my paintbrush. And then after green, we get purple again. Stab my purple. But this one could be a little bigger. Maybe 2 fingers. And it's all about the shape, right? And I just go purple. Oh, it looks black. White's gonna have to rescue purple. And I clean my paintbrush pinch. Uh-oh, now I'm confused. Because look at the purple is on this standing up like this. So which direction would the light be coming? Maybe I should just stick it on the outside, you know, because that's where the green is. Okay, so I get a, because it could be on the top, on the inside of it, but I'm not going to do it yet. You know what I mean? So I get a poke of white and I just go, okay, it's going to be very white. The next stripe is kind of lavender, purpley, 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 and then it's like runs out inside the tail and it's just purple. And then I clean my paintbrush. Because what do I get to make now? Purple, green. Now I push the purple and the green and the green and the purple, purple and the green, green and the purple. Whoosh! Psychedelic. Who likes the texture? The texture is scales. So does it have to be perfectly smooth? Touchy, touchy? No, the texture is interesting to look at. And it also makes lumps of paint. And then wherever it's thick paint is actually a different color than where it's thin paint. So we give it permission to be stripedy. Because a pointy paintbrush won't let you be smooth. She'll just keep scratching. She's like, oh, I'm trying to make my paint smooth. Okay, but it's not going to work. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Okay, so we just did a tail, right? Who thinks we can do these feet super fast and easy? Because it's exactly like this, right? But we'll start with yellow and go around the color wheel, right? But look at my original, right? So it starts with yellow feet and they're just V's. Who painted over your little feet? They're just V's. Everyone can draw a V, right? So, but instead of doing one at a time, that'll take all day. Instead, we do yellow feet, orange ankle, right? And we just go dink, 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 because our paintbrush will have the same color on it, right? So I just have to chase this. I just go, oh yeah, dink, dink. And then there's, oh, pink and orange barely showed right there. I didn't do a good job. And then it becomes purple, right? Okay. Let's try it. Let's try it. So I stab my yellow stab. And her toes are V's. So look at my, oh, it's all dry. So I just go V, V, her toes. Oh, I made them bigger. I don't even care. Should I do her thumb? No, I think her thumb is orange. And then V, V, and I have to get paint for both sides. I run out of paint doing this one. So if I jump over here without getting more, this side's going to have no color in it. Right? And then after we get a good outline, don't we just like smush in the yellow? Smushy, 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 smushy. Smushy, 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 smushy. Her little feet. Her little yellow feet. But is that 3D? That is so boring. I can't even stand it. That is not 3D. How many color values do I need for 3D? At least 3. So the top of her foot's going to be the brightest. And then I go scratch through the V's until I run out of paint. Underneath her would be more shadowy, right? So I go, all right. Clean my paintbrush pinch. I get a little poke. Both sides will want their own white, right? So I go, okay, let me try. We don't know what we're doing. We're just kind of guessing, right? So it's very white on the top of her foot. And then I just go less, 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 less. And I ran out. But then the other toe would like some white. Poke, get another poke for the other side. Very white, not very white, not very white, not very white. Run out. And how soft do I put paint on top of paint? Gently.
What color is the foot? I can't really hear you.
Oh, you can't hear or see me? I'm sorry. Mess up. It's yellow. We're going to start with the yellow. The toes are yellow. Then the ankle is orange. Then the thigh is 2 colors of pink. And then it goes purple knee. Does that make sense? We're just going to go in rainbow order. And just like the tail, it's a fingerprint, fingerprint, fingerprint. Taller, taller, like that. Is that okay? That makes sense? Do you have a glitch? A computer glitch?
Yeah.
Oh, if your yellow is dripping over your painting, did you make it really thin? Is that why we mixed a lot of water in it? You can use your finger like this and swipe at it and try to get some of it off. But we do have black paint to fix any mistakes, but you cannot use the black paint to fix until the painting is over. Because if you paint over the yellow paint while she's wet, it'll just make some disgusting smear, right? It'll be blackish yellow. So wait till you just kind of wipe off the extra ew with your finger like you're getting jelly off the counter, right? And then we'll touch it up with black at the end. Like the little oopsies are like, see, look, it's just a little bit shinier. I had an oopsie. I just fixed my oopsies at the end, though. Otherwise, your paintbrush will have black in it, and it makes everything look gray. Okay, now after yellow comes orange. Stab my orange stab. Okay, it's little toe and ankle. So I land inside the ankle and sneak up to the edge. Swipe. Oh, her foot's in front of the stick. So you can touch the stick. Goodbye. Oh, there's a little bit of yellow in my paintbrush. That's a pretty color. Oh, orange is see-through. That's right, I forgot. I'm going to put on a little thick. Just depends on the company. Okay, there. I put on thicker and softer. Okay. And then I'm going to do the other side before I clean my paintbrush. So it's her wrist. It's about a fingerprint big. Her wrist, right? And then I kind of mush it. Once I have a good outline, I just mushy. Oh, I know where the yellow's coming from. I'm touching the yellow. But I don't hate it. I like it. I picked up yellow when I was painting, and it's a pretty color. And then I clean my paintbrush because both sides would like a little touch of white. And I poke my white poke. And I just go on the top of her foot because the sun's coming down, or the light. Maybe he's in one of those aquariums. I don't know. So on the top of his foot, it's very white. Ooh. And then I go, what if I touch the yellow? We're mixing anyway. And then less white. Oh, I'm scratching too hard. Black shine through. Oh yeah, we said that's going to be a built-in shadow. Less. Okay, then the other side would like her own poke of white. On the top of her wrist is where the light is. So I go the wrist. Then less. Okay. Excellent. I like that. Look at it goes the whole, that is definitely the 3 values. Bright, medium, dark orange. It worked that time. That time I nailed it. But look at how much it took me. Oh, it took me a whole tail. So I clean my paintbrush pitch. Orange and yellow are touching. What do we get to do? With a clean paintbrush, I get to push the yellow and the orange and the orange and the yellow. Sneaky. Because otherwise it looks like this, what? She has some skin disease? No! They blend together. So I push the orange in, the yellow and the yellow and the orange and it's scribbly. Oh, I made like a baby orange. And then I could do the same thing on her hand. On her wrist, I put the yellow in the orange and the orange and the yellow. Real gentle, right where they touch. Blah, blah. And clean my paintbrush. Who can see it grow? Do you know when it goes a lot faster after we finish the dumb tail? Then we go huge long pieces like this, and it goes faster and faster. But we're still kind of in the figuring it out stage doing the legs, but it goes way faster when we do her body. Okay, and then after orange goes what? Pink, right? Yes, pink. And she's a pinky red, not magenta. And then I make like an H, the two lines for an 11, right? To make her leg. And I just go, all right, it's 1 finger big, I guess. I just go line, line. And I right on top of the stick. I don't care. Her foot's in front of the stick. And then line. Oh, I didn't stop and get more paint. See? That's it would have been all thin. Okay, there. Now I have my 2 lines. Now I just, once you outline it, how easy it is to fill it in. Blah, 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 blah. Scribbly, scribbly, scribbly. Your paintbrush stays inside the lines. Why? Because you have a well-trained human brain. That's how human brains are. A hair keeps touching my nose and it's freaking me out.
Can you slow down a little bit?
Oh, sure. I am watching the clock. My job is to watch you paint and watch the clock and kind of push you. So I'm always one step ahead of you to make you chase me. Because if we took as much time as we really wanted, it would take 3 hours, right? Because we would want to do this perfect, excellent job. So just know I'm pushing you on purpose. Okay? It's my job. Okay, and then I clean my paintbrush from pink. And you're not going too slow. I am intentionally being one step ahead of you, right? I'm making you chase me. Okay, so I get a little poke of white. And then, here's one of those weird things. This leg is straight up and down. Which direction would the light be coming from? I don't know. How about if we just say the front of the leg? I don't know. Okay. You know what I mean? Because the light should be above her knee. I don't know. So I'll just put it in the front. It's very white, not very white, running out of white, running out, all gone. And then I'll poke of white for the other side. Very white on top of her arm and less. Okay. I think I like the pink. I like that color. And I do like pink and orange. That when that color mixes, that always reminds me of a flower or a butterfly. I don't know. And then I clean my paintbrush. Bitch. Who feels they know the repeating pattern? Same, right? Okay, now I clean my paintbrush and here's pink and orange just sitting there touching but not doing anything. So what do? With a clean paintbrush, we get to make a new color where they touch. So we push and pull, put the orange in the pink and the pink in the orange. So I just go, all right, let me try. I push the pink down, orange up, scribbly up. Oh, new color happened. They're connected. Oh my God, that's so pretty. Making colors is my favorite. Every time. Okay, what's after pink? Magenta. Who can guess what comes after magenta? Orange, right? I think I did that out of order. I think magenta is supposed to come before pink. Whatever. Orange and magenta is pretty too. Okay, then I put magenta. And I guess it's up to her knee. Boop. Boop. Sorry. And elbow. And then this one's elbow. Elbow. Okay. And then once I have my, who's good at lines already? Stripe. And then fill it in. Up, down. Maybe a little bit more paint. We're doing both legs at the same time. Blip. Good job. What if I said nothing? Could you totally do this magenta by yourself? And then blendy. Yes, you could totally say, be quiet, lady. I already know what I'm doing. And then it actually gets boring when you already know how to do it. You're just like, I already know how. Because your brain is most excited when you're nervous and learning something new. Once you've learned it, your brain goes, boring, right? It's so weird. Human brains. Okay, now I'm going to pretend like the light is in front and on top of the magenta. So it's very bright in front of her leg. Then less. And then, her elbow's an odd one again. I'm just going to put on the top, like in the crook of her elbow, you know? It's cool. White, last, like little smiles. Okay. And I clean my paintbrush. Uh-oh. Magenta and pink are touching. Clean my paintbrush. Scribbling them together. With no paint on my paintbrush, I push and pull and pull and push. New color. You're so jealous of me right now. Who got that color? It's a good color. I know, it's a good color. I love it. Okay, and after magenta. Wait, am I doing it right? I'm going backwards on my color wheel. It's freaking me out. Okay, I'm doing it backwards, right? Because I'm going backwards on the color wheel. So I'm always saying red, yellow, green, blue, purple, and it's freaking me out. I have to go backwards. Okay, so after magenta is purple. Because magenta is purpley red, right? So it's purple next. That is so confusing. Oh my God. Purple. And then it's going to be dark without white's help, because purple on a black canvas dries black. So it's the top of her leg. I can't lift up my leg so you can see it, but it's her knee. It's her knee and her I don't know, thigh, but not all of her thigh, right? Because we could put green against the back, so it can go purple then green. But it's a big piece. It's like 2 fingers big. A 2-finger big block like this. Everybody pause and look up. It's like 2 fingers of purple and then 2 fingers of green. Does that make sense? But then the arm is only 1 finger purple, 1 finger green, because she's littler. Okay, so I get my purple stab. And then I go, all right, you want to see me do it? So I mean like two fingers worth, like half her leg. But it's going to be pretty. And then I definitely need more purple to fill that in. That's a big piece. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Smush, 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 smush. I feel like I used the side of my paintbrush more than I thought. Who's doing that? The side of your paintbrush is smoother, don't you think? The tip of your paintbrush is a little sharp. Who's noticed that all by themselves? Good job. I didn't even talk about it, and you're already doing it. And then her arm is what? 1 finger of purple, because it's a smaller piece, so it's just like an H on both sides on the edges. Then fill it in, fill it in, fill it in. Smash, 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 smash. And now we know the light is on the top of her leg. That's easy enough. So I clean my paintbrush. Okay, so I go swipe. Oh, okay, that's really white. And then the next row will be less white, less white, less white, less white, running out of white, running out of white. Oh, I am not running out of white. I did not get a poke. I stabbed my white. Let's see what I can do. So everybody pause and watch me. I made a mistake. Look how much white is on my paintbrush. I went stab with the white instead of poke. So let's try this. Could I go in reverse and like I did with the green and push purple up? I got purple. It's pure white. I put way too much white. So I'm going to go purple on the bottom and push white away. Oh, it's reverse. I did it. I fixed it. Because I went stab with the white instead of tiny poke. Doesn't matter how much you do things. Once you get off focus, right? It's so easy to make a oops. And then the front of her little arm right there. Okay, now who's beating me already? Are you beating me? Okay, so I clean my paintbrush. And I get to put the magenta and the purple right at the knee and the arm, right? I mix them together. So I'm just going to go, all right, put the magenta and the purple and the purple and the magenta. And the purple and the magenta and the purple. Ooh, that's a good color. I like that color too. I just made it. And you're jealous of me. Pinch my tape. Oh, I just killed my paintbrush. Look. Broke it off. Put it back together. Okay. Now I have green. Can you guys see my tail on my original? It's like a straight line where the tail comes straight up. Let's just make a little line there of green. Like this. Like I'm just imagining my tail going straight up to the leg. There, now my brain will know how far to go. See, I touched the bottom of her tail and came straight up. I just bit the back of the leg on. Right? And then green it in. Oh, and green's invisible. So you can be generous. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, a little bit poke more. Poke. Okay. I feel like I have to use the side of the paintbrush and peanut butter it on. The tip is acting so scratchy with this green. It just scratches the paintbrush off. Oh, and the top all the way up to her shoulder on the other side. Whooching. I can see the black show through though. So I clean my paintbrush. Poke. Okay, where's it gonna go at? The green goes on the top of her leg. Whoop. And then less, all green. And then I get to put green in my purple and purple in my green and green in my purple. Interesting. Total tie-dye. Oh, and then I clean my paintbrush to do the other side. A little tiny poke of green. I'm not going to make that mistake again of stabbing my light. Not paying attention. So then I go, okay, it's very white in the front. And then I'm going the wrong way. It's like a mirror. Everything's opposite for me. Then less. And then I put the green and the purple and the purple and the green. Oh, so good. Good job. Now we get to switch to who's caught up with me. You feel good about it, right? So we have a baby tail and some legs. So guess what? You know how to do this painting now. Outlining, scribbles, texture, color, values, 3D. Nailed it. So let's switch to the bigger paintbrush, the big yellow paintbrush. Where did mine go? There she is. Now, think about this. More paint. Swipe, swipe, swipe. A little bit of white, and we can do bigger sections at a time, and it'll go way faster. Look at this, right? How big? 4 fingers big, 4 fingers big, 4 fingers big. Boom, we're gonna go faster and faster and faster. You guys ready? So now you should get bored, except for doing it bigger. That's kind of fun. But how's your brain? I already know how to do this, lady, and I already figured it out. You're boring, right? So now we'll do bigger chunks, and we'll do in there. They look just like boxes, right? Because they have a straight top and a straight bottom the whole time we do the tail, but we go side to side. So if I want to keep just like the stick, and I want to keep the texture matching up the tail, I have to keep them. They go side to side, but then they climb up like the stick. Okay, so I have this purple right here. What comes after purple? Magenta. 4 fingers big. I know, right? Maybe 3 fingers. Let's say 3 fingers. I feel overly aggressive. So I stab my magenta. Stab. Ooh, look how much more paint this one holds. We're going to have to learn a whole new paintbrush now because she holds way more paint. No, we did it with the brown. We'll figure it out. Okay. So it's 3 fingers. Look at, oh, it's going to be big. It's going to be big. But I still have to do the outline proper. So I land inside the tail, right? And sneak up there. Now I go swipe. And then inside the tail and sneak down That's how I stay inside my shape. A good outline. And then check it for size. 3 fingers. Yeah, that's about right, I guess. And then once you have a good outline, question?
What color is that?
Magenta. Purpley pink. Because we ended with purple. So then we start back to the red side and go with magenta. Okay, so I made a good outline. Now how easy is it to fill in? Smushy, 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 smushy. And then I clean my paintbrush. Look how much paint she holds. Bigger paintbrush holds more paint. And I just give it a little pinch. So with the tiny paintbrush, we get a tiny speck of white paint. So this one needs to be a little bit bigger. But remember when I got too much white and the whole thing turned white and I was like, oh no. So we're going to have to guess how much white it is. Right? We don't know. We'll just try. So I'm just going to put it on the tip of my paintbrush and hope it's enough. Doink. Okay, I feel like it's too much. But I'll just try it and see. I just meant to put the tip in there. Look what I did. Okay. And so where would the top of the magenta be? Oh yeah, here's the light, right? So I just go very white. And the next row is not very white, running out of white all the way until it's magenta by herself, all done. Okay, I did it right. I did all right when I got that paint. I was all worried it was too much, but it was okay. But our purple is dry already. How can we do the mixy painty thing? We're going to have to make it. We're going to have to make it. Can you get a tiny poke of purple? Just teensy. And put it on the pretend. And make a purpley magenta where you pretend like they'd be touching. Right? Oh, right? I just made it pretend. Because or purple is dry. So she can't do nothing. So I just put a little purple on the magenta so I could pretend. Who's tired? We have 30 minutes to go. It's going to go way faster now because now we get to do 4 fingers, 4 fingers, 4 fingers, okay? And you're hungry because it's 12:30. Okay. So after magenta, making sure, is pink. Pink. And I can stab my pink and it picks up a whole bunch of paint and I don't even care because I'm doing a bigger piece of color. And how big is it? Maybe even 4 fingers. I don't know. And I land inside the tail. Land. So I can sneak up and go, oh, bye, Sharpie. Swoosh. And then land and swoosh. There. 4 fingers. Yep. And then, how easy is it to fill it in after I have a good swipe and swipe? Side to side. Not up and down. You can't paint this up and down because you'll fall out of the paintbrush. You have to go side to side. And just like with the stick, the texture has to be the same going all the way up the tail. Okay, so texture matters. Pink, pink, pink. After I have an outline, easy schmeezy. Where's the light coming from? Above. So I get a tiny poke of white. I'm going to move my white closer to me. That's awkward. White. And I just get some. Remember what happened when I got too much? Okay. And then I just go swipe. Okay, swipe. I missed. There. Very white. Then the next row is not very white, not very white, running out of white, almost gone, disappeared. Nice. Look at my wonky tail. My tail dips right there. I wanna make these match. There. Okay, there. I fix it. Mine had like a V going on. It wasn't rounded, so I fix it a little bit. Okay, now I clean my paintbrush because I get to make magenta pink. And I can make it a little bigger because my shapes are bigger. So I get to go a little bit more fun because it's a good color. And I just push the magenta and the pink and the pink and the magenta. Oh, what? I'm way more on fire because I have the skills. I practiced a lot. Now I'm making decisions. I'm being more like interesting with my colors, right? Now it comes after the pink. Orange. Uh-oh, I'm getting close to my stick. When I get up to the stick, remember, we're just going right on top of the stick. The tail is in front of the stick. So you don't worry, get out of my way, stick. Stick is dry and you paint on top of it. Don't even worry. So I get orange, stab. And it's what? 3 fingers, 4 fingers. So it's definitely turning the corner. And I land inside the line. Smash, sneak up and let one hair do, ooh. Yep, 4 fingers. Okay. Yay. Look at my invisible orange. Caw. And then I can get more orange, stab, and fill it in. Ta-da! Do you already know what's going to happen? Clean our paintbrush, get the white. If I stop talking, I think you guys could do this painting by yourself, but I'm going to keep doing it. Okay, so where's the light coming from? The top, right? So I put the white on the top of her tail, swoosh, and then less white, less white, less white. Oh, I'm doing it too hard. I'm wiping the paint off. Calm down. Softer. I didn't realize I was pushing that hard. Softer, 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 softer. Okay. Wait, I need to do it again. I feel like my orange needs more help. So I'm going to put the white and go less, 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 because orange is transparent. She's see-through, but white is opaque. And look at what happened. Everybody pause and look up. Look at the tip of my paintbrush. Scratch. What is happening? The tip of my paintbrush is sharp. I'm actually using the side of my paintbrush and smearing it in. Does that make sense? Does anybody figure that out without me ever mentioning it? That the side of your paintbrush is slipperier than the tip of your paintbrush? Okay, now I'm going to clean my paintbrush because I get to mix the pink and the orange, and I just go sew them together. Push the pink and the orange and the orange and the pink and the pink and the orange. Oh, it's very tie-dye like. Then clean my paintbrush because I'm going to get yellow. Go ahead. And how big am I measuring my tail? It's 4 finger pieces. So I can climb and climb. But what if you're not at the same spot as me? Don't you just keep doing the rainbow in a row? Higher up the tail until we get past the tail? Yes. Whatever color you're on is the color you're on. Just make your pieces bigger so we can go faster. We're climbing the tail with color. Okay, now I get to get yellow, and I'm already up at my stick. Anyone at your stick? So it's 4 fingers. And I'm going to go on either side of my stick. By stick, I'm in front. So I stab my yellow. And I just go swipe, swipe. And then fill it in. And how big? 4 fingers. I feel like I want to go taller. I checked it with my fingers and I didn't feel tall enough. Yeah, 4 fingers. Yeah. Okay, and where's the light? On the top. So I clean my paintbrush, pitch. And, oh wait, where's the top? It's straight up and down, this piece. Everybody pause and look up. This might not be you, but I'm just telling you, when you get to the straight up and down, we go on her back. So that her back will be the brightest. Does that make sense? But it's not till you're straight up and down. Because look we were putting it on the top of the orange here. It's time to switch and put it on her back. As soon as we touch her back. Does that make sense? So now I'm going to poke my white and put it very white on her back, but it depends on when you get there. Okay, so it's very white, not very white, running out of white, running out of white, running out of all gone. I did it twice. Okay. And now I get to make orangey yellow. Question?
What was the color after orange?
Yellow. I put my paints in rainbow order so I could tell, because I always forget too. Because it's not, I keep saying red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, but it's not always going in that order. Except on the feet, we went backwards and it hurt my brain. Okay, now I get to put the orange in the yellow and the yellow in the orange. So fun. It's like sherbet. Oh, wait. Oh, cute. Nice. Who's just jumping ahead and just go? Look how much you trust yourself. Nice job. But I do want to pause after you do your last color. I want to do her eyeball. Okay? And I want to do the eyeball together. So by the time we get to her face, the eyeball is drier. Okay? Can we do that together? So everybody pause what you're doing, because you can go back to it, and let's do her eyeball. But her eyeball goes like this, or his. I haven't met this chameleon. Purple, because purple stands in for black, then magenta, then orange. Okay? So we get purple, and the eyelid we put last. So don't do the eyelid. This is just a ring around her eye. So I get purple, and it's one paintbrush thick. So basically, I'm just getting rid of the Sharpie, basically. But I can't make a circle because I was born human. It's my parents' fault because they are humans. But I can make rainbows and smiles, and those look like circles. Because when I go like this and try to make a circle, I go, whoops, I made it too big. Whoops, I made it, whoops, like that. So don't do that. Just go just on the biggest outside circle, and I just go rainbow, smile. I want to put another layer. That's not very purpley. Stab the purple. Okay. Purple, rainbow, smile. Rainbow, smile. And I just got rid of by Sharpie. Rainbow, smile. Rainbow, smile. Not a circle. Because what happens? It will start getting bigger, and you'll be really annoyed. And you're like, what is happening? Because humans can't, we trace things to make circles, right? We use instruments. And then I clean my paintbrush, because what goes inside of that one? Magenta. And what if magenta mixes with your purple? Don't care. Gorgeous. So I stab my magenta. And now I fill it in up to the next circle. And if I mix some purple in it, rainbow, smile. I don't even care. Rainbow, smile. Rainbow, smile. I tell you, don't try to make a circle. You'll be mad. Rainbow, smile. There. Nice. Rainbow, smile. Rainbow, smile. And then we clean our paintbrush. Now what goes inside the hole? Looks like a donut. Orange. So I poke orange. And then I rainbows. What if it mixes with magenta? Looks pretty. Rainbow. Smile. Orange. I think that needs a poke. Look at how much black is showing. This see-through orange. Can I put a speck of white in there and swirl it in? There. Right there. I'm going to make a new lighter orange there. Okay, calm down, orange. Gaw. She's so see-through. She's so sensitive. Gaw. I keep doing it over and over. It's annoying me. Okay, there. I just put a little bit of white in it because it was so see-through. It's a little white, mushy around. Oh, you know what'd be good? Mixing it with my finger. Let me see. I'll test it first. Oh, it does mix it good with my finger. I recommend it. Recommend putting the white in there with a little bit of finger pressure. That worked out good. Okay, now we have to, don't those chameleons have crazy eyes that can look everywhere? Right? They can look, right? So he's actually looking back at us like this. Right? So his pupil is at the bottom of the orange. Okay? But it's a perfectly round circle. You know what else is perfectly round circle? Your fingertip. So open the black. And we won't stir it because we just put white in it. And that'll make gray. Right? But if and where does it go? I want to show you. So I want you to see me do it. So I'm going to get a touch of black. Woo! Look it's round. So where does it go? I'm going to touch the bottom, the back corner of the orange. So he's looking crazy at us. Doesn't he's looking at us now? He's funner. He's funner now. Okay, funner's not a word. He's more fun. Okay, so now I'm going to use I want, you know how, look at my eye in the camera. The light is making a little white dot in my eye. Everything on this planet is wet, round eyes, right? So we're going to put a little glint using the stick, just a speck of white. How much is that? I don't know. I'm going to actually touch the side of my cup because I'm afraid of getting too much. I just need a speck. A speck. And I put it on the top of the black. And I just go, and not with my paintbrush. It'll go, blah, right, and get huge. But my stick will just put a dot. Oh, he's adorable now. On the top of the black. Never in the middle. Because look at mine. Mine's not in the middle. It's always to the side, right? So the top corner of the black. Good job. Wasn't that fun doing the eye? Okay, and when we paint over the mouth, I just drew the mouth there so he'd be friendly. But we're going to paint over the mouth. Look at the mouth in my painting. It's made out of white dots after we paint the background. Okay, so it'll be like, don't even worry about it. Paint over the mouth. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my yellow paintbrush so I can be big. And now after whatever color you left at, do the next color, right? So after yellow comes green. And it's 4 fingers big. I feel like yellow's dry and I'm going to have to do one of those color mixy things. Ew, green is all see-through. I hate this company. They made both my green and my orange. They suck. I'm going to have to get a new company. COVID ruins everything. Okay, now I'm going to get my little poke of white. Poke. And, oh yeah, where am I putting my color, my white now? On her back. And it's very white, not very white, running out of white, running out of white, running out of white, all the way till I touch her leg. I'm going to put more green on mine. Is mine completely see-through or what? There, another layer. Okay, they're better. I don't think I put enough. Now, I need a little poke of yellow. How come? I think yellow's dry and I can't make the little touchy world. So I got a teeny tiny poke of yellow and put the green and the yellow and the yellow and the green and the green and the yellow and the green. And I just make a fake mixy color. Uh-oh, it's scratching off the paint. I'm using the tip of my paintbrush. I need to use the side of my paintbrush, right? Clean my paintbrush pen. Okay, now I want everybody pause, right? I want to tell you we're going to start turning the corner. So Jeremiah, watch. Watch, everybody watch. Okay, so when I start turning the corner, now how do they turn? Oh, they're long from the back to the leg. And they're only 2 fingers big, right? But they go from the back. Oh, we have to make our spikes. They're from the back to the tummy, from the back to the tummy, from the back to the arm, from the back to the shoulder, like this. And they're about 2 fingers big, okay? Well, let's make our spikes. We need spikes, okay? And I'm gonna need you to trust me, okay? Because we want them to flick backwards, like this, flick, flick. So we have to touch her back and go flick and let go so they're pointy. You cannot scribble or it will make a box. We go flick so it's pointy, okay? But we have to put a whole bunch of paint up there. So everybody pause and watch me. We're going to put spikes. And I haven't shown you spikes. So those of you who are going ahead, I appreciate that. But I want to show you spikes. So spikes are made out of pink, magenta, and white. So I'm going to get a scoop of magenta, like I scooped ice cream. And I'm going to put dashes on her back where her spikes would be, like ew. It's like 2 fingers big. And then I skip a space and I just go ew, all thick. I'm just dropping off paint that I can decorate with. Ew, ew, okay. And then what should go in between those? Now I get pink. And I go, all right. So I go, wherever there isn't magenta, I put pink. And they can touch. They're going to make spikes. And I just put the globs of paint. I'm not putting a little bit of paint. My paint is trying to drip. It's a lot of paint because there has to be enough paint to flick. Does that make sense? Now I'm going to get white, tiny specks of white. And everybody pause and look up, even if you're busy. And I'm going to scratch, but where they're going backwards. Like, whoa, whoa. Okay, so I scratch backwards. So I have a speck of white on my paintbrush. And I grab the pink and I push it. Oh, look at its stripes. I'm trying to make them stripedy. Pink and white stripes. And each one is a spike. Swipe, swipe. Uh-oh, I'm out of white. Did you see that? I ran out. Now I need a tiny poke of white. But I'm trying to make them stripedy. So I touch the magenta, I grab it, and I scratch it. And then I grab it, and it has nothing to do. Those little lines were just telling you that they go there. We go right past those dumb lines. Uh-oh, I'm out of white again. There's no white in that one. I get a tiny speck of white, and I grab the pink, and I go, and then I look at they're all different colors and different pinks and magentas and whites and stripes. Should I scribble them together and make baby pink? No. I put stripes of pink and magenta and white, and they make streaks of each other. And they're just sitting there like this, and I don't mix them together. I let them be like this. And I don't keep touching them. What happens if I keep touching them a whole bunch? What do I get? I get baby pink. And which way are they leaning? Back. So when we do her back now, and we get to, you just put the back right on top of the spikes. Don't avoid the spikes. It adds pretty color. Her back touches those. Okay? Beep, 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 beep. Uh-oh. There was paint on my finger. I don't care because I'm going to paint over it. Okay, so I ended with green, but now they're 2 fingers big, and they're going to climb her back. And it goes from her back to her leg, from her back to her leg, from her back to her knee, from her back to her tummy, and they're big, long tubes. So how do I paint those? Because of the texture, side to side. Down like this. And then when I get the white, I grab the white and pull it down. And I grab the white and pull it down like that. Okay, so I ended with green, so that means purple's next. Okay, so purple's going to be see-through without it, but I go dash. So the line is on her back and on top of her leg. And then side to side. Oh, wait, it's not side to side. It's still standing up, but it's supposed to be side to side. I need more purple. That's not very purpley. And then where does the white go? Speck of white. On her back, very white. And watch me pull it down. Down, 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 down. Neat. Uh-oh, green's already dry again. I need a little piece of green. And sew my green and my purple together. Oh, so tie-dye. Okay, now purple. Who comes after purple? Magenta. And now it's turning. Now it goes from the back and it's a tube, a column, right? Like that. I guess 2 fingers, maybe 3 fingers big. So I do the back on top of the leg. It's kind of curved, kind of weird shaped. And I get my magenta stab and I go, okay, side to side, push it down, down, down. And I always remember there's paint on the other side of my paintbrush too. If I feel like I'm running out, I can flip my paintbrush over. And they're like a little tower. And then where does the white go? Poke on her back. And now I'm going to try to pull the white down. But I am trying to run out by the time I get to her back. Don't be like me and stab your white hard. That was a oops, if I ever saw an oops. So it's very white. Less. Running out. Zigzag. Run out. Ooh, purple and magenta are touching. You know what that means? I get to make a new color. So I'm going to go pinch, clean my paintbrush, and I put the pink and the purple together. They're touching. And I push the pink and the purple and the purple and the pink and the pink and the purple and the purple and the pink. I just make sure I have no paint on my paintbrush, so it's just a mixy thing. Ooh, looks like tie-dye. Okay. Who's caught up with me? Who's on a different color? What if you're on a different color? So we're just climbing her back, and whatever color we end on her face is the color we end. Right? I don't know. That's fine. Who cares? So, okay, after magenta, pink. Cool. Pink. Okay. Here's my spikes. Who's on spikes already? I'm going to put her back right on top of her spikes and just draw the line on the spikes until the spikes back up. The back's on top. And then, I'm all the way down here by her tummy. A little piece of tummy. Wait, how big is it? 3 fingers. Oh, it's a piece of tummy and a knee. Like a tube. Oh, all right. I bet I have to get 2 pokes of pink to make it this far, too. That's a long, skinny tube. 3 fingers wide. So I stab my pink. And I just go side to side, scribbly, side to side, scribbly. So in the side of my paintbrush is this. Oh, listen, scratchy, not enough paint. Maybe a poke more. Poke. Yay. The best part is mixing colors. Who thinks it's true? Favorite part. Okay, clear my paintbrush. Pinch. Oh, I want a new paper towel. This one's ruined. I don't have any clean spots. Get a new paper towel. Okay. Pinch. Okay, so I get white, brightest on her back. So I poke my white. Poke. Put it on her back. Whoosh. So white. And then I push it down. So I go side to side, pushing. It's going to run out pretty fast. But I'm not going to stop till I hit her tummy. And tummy. Who feels confident doing this right now? How come? How many pieces of color have you done? That's right. So how do you learn on this planet? By doing. We're getting close to her face. Now I'm going to put the magenta in the pink and the pink in the magenta. Who knows what color comes next? Kaboing. Orange. Who's beating me right now? You're not even waiting for me? All right then. You just go. You just go with your skills. Okay? Now I go, okay, how wide is it? Three fingers, right? I just always check. Because sometimes I do them too big or too small. So I touch her spikes because her back's in front of the spikes. So swipe. And then it's definitely her tummy and an arm. See? I think I just put it on her arm. I'm actually going to erase that and try to get it off. I was being aggressive. There. Okay. And then I just go side. Oh, orange. There she. Oh, I'm going to have to put more orange. You see-through paint you. Oh, yeah. The word's transparent. That's okay. White's totally going to help because she's opaque, not see-through. You can't see through her like a table. Okay. Okay. So I clean my paintbrush so I can put some white. Question?
What is that color you just said?
Orange. I'm going in rainbow order, so after pink comes orange. Yeah.
Excuse me, can you slow down a bit?
I'm watching the clock. I remember you're chasing me. I know that sounds so mean and cruel, but I'm pulling you. I tied a rope to you and I'm pulling you behind me. Come on, let's go. Right? Because I watch the clock and I'm like, lunchtime. Okay, so I get a poke of white. Uh-oh, I think that's too much. Should I maybe just put less? So I just go, okay, white. Oh yeah, but yeah, orange is see-through. So that much white actually was helpful. Huh. You never know till you try something. Whatever, pinch. Okay, now I get to mix pink and orange together. That's a pretty color. Love, 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 love. You just keep going. They're two fingers. What if then you go from the crown to the arm, then the eye to the chin, then the nose to the chin, right? You just go. Whatever color you're on is a good color to be on. Okay? Now I'm going to get yellow. Step. Yellow's my fave. She's so bright. And then it goes from her back, swipe, 2 fingers. No, 3 fingers. It's supposed to be 3 fingers. Psh, right? And then her arm. And then I go step. And then side to side, scribbly. Who feels very confident with how to make 3D, dark, medium, light? Who feels confident with their texture? Who feels like they're making their shape the way they're supposed to be? Look at how fast your brain learns. That is an excellent human brain. Because did you learn it by watching me? Nope. You did it. You learned it by doing it. Because this is Earth. That's how it is here. Okay, now I clean my paintbrush so I can get some white. And I get a poke of white. Poke. Oh, I got too much again. I'm not being very careful. I'm being all spastic and in a hurry. And I put the white on her back. And it's very white and not very white. Running out of white. All gone. Disappear. All gone. I ran out. Okay, and then I get to put the orange and the yellow and the orange and the yellow. Mixy. And they make like this baby orange. Too cute. Sherbet. You guys know sherbet? You remember that, those push-up pops? Yeah. Orangey yellow. The best. Uh-oh, I'm all the way to the spikes near her crown. Is anyone as fast as me? You guys are so fast. Okay, Okay, just remember, there are two kinds of people in every classroom. They get done first, and then they're in trouble because they start messing around and talking because they're bored. Or they go slow, and then they never have enough time to finish, and they start to panic. Both of those are terrible experiences, getting in trouble and rushing and feeling panicked, right? Just be grateful you have the version you have because you're already used to it, right? But we know you're either one or the other. Either you're totally ahead of me right now or you're freaking out because I'm going too fast. Both are true all the time, okay? It's just you have a unique brain in all the universe, and that's how you are. Whatever. Okay, now it comes after yellow. Green! See-through green. So I'm now at her crown, so I have to go crown to chin. No, crown to shoulder. Okay, because if I go 3 fingers, it covers up Spike's and the shoulder. So I'll just, oh, she's so see-through. I'm going to call this company. Say, excuse me. Grace's paints are weird. Okay, all the other paints weren't like this. Okay, scoop. Listen to me complain. Oh. But white will help her, right? I'm gonna put a second layer. I'm gonna put 2 layers of green because I don't like how see-through she is. I'm gonna get another scoop and put it on softer on top. Okay, that's staying green. Softer, soft. Okay. And then, touch her face. Get white. Put on the top of her head, whoosh. Very white. And I'm definitely using the side of my paintbrush. There. I want to do that again. White didn't make it to her chin. One more time. There, I need just a little bit of white on her chin. Not a lot, just some. Okay, now I get to mix yellow and green. So I clean my paintbrush and put green in my yellow, yellow in my green, green in my yellow, yellow in my green. It's like a margarita color. And then purple. Purple, for me, looks like it's going to go from the back to the back of her eye, right? Maybe to her chin. So I get purple. It's definitely going to need white, right? So I go white, a purple, and then to her chin. And goodbye, smile. Don't even want to look at you, smile. I'm covering you up. Scribbly, 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 scribbly. And then I clean my paintbrush and get a polka white. Whoosh. Very white, not very white. Running out of white, disappearing white. All gone. Now I get to mix green and purple together. I guess I'm going to have a magenta and pink face because that's where I'm going to end. But you know what? Everybody pause and look up. Everybody look up. So wherever you get to the eye, right? I need to protect my eyeball. I'm going to trace around my eye, and whatever this color is also her eyelid. Can I show you? Because this time I ended in green, so I outlined her eye in green. So whatever color you end up near the eye is the eyelid color. And it's just a rainbow over her eye. You want to see? Watch. So I get the magenta, because that's where I am. After purple comes magenta. So I put a trace around her eye and over her eye. There. And then it needs a little bit of white. This is a small piece, so I'm just going to use a tiny bit of white. So a white eyelid. Oh my God, I'm ruining her eye. Oh yeah. I need to say, look at how ugly I'm doing. So I need to say, rainbow, smile. Okay, that's better. I tried to make a circle and I couldn't. I was making it all ugly. Okay, rainbow and smile. And then, okay. That was better. I almost freaked out. Now I get to mix my magenta, clean my paintbrush and mix magenta and purple without hurting my eye. I'm scared of my eye. Don't hurt my eye. Slow by the eye. Okay. And then pink lips. Pink. I'm going to end on pink. I've never ended on pink before. That's super fun. So pink lips. Super fun. And it's just a little tiny piece. And then the tops of her is just going to be brighter. And then let it run out. I never done that before. I never ended in pink. I like this one. He's cute. Or she's cute. I don't know. Finger painting. Oh, you're blending with your finger? That's super fun. It makes definitely a different texture. Do you like the texture it's making? Right? Who feels good about it? Who got to her nose and now you're waiting? Good job. I don't know how to check in with everybody because I can only see like 6 of you. So how do you guys tell me? No, you're not done. You're not done. Look, this is what we have to do together last. Put these little dots, because look at how much cuteness the dots add, right? It adds a lot. So I just want to do it together. So if you still need time to do your face, can you type it in and put the chat so I know to go slower? I don't want to do the dots until you get to see. Okay, nobody's chatting. Okay, so everybody watch. Everybody watch. Everybody push pause. Look what I'm doing. Don't look what you're doing. Look what I'm doing. Okay, so her smile is made out of what? Dots. White dots made with our yellow stick. But look, when I first get dots, they're big. And then when I run out of dots, they're small. I run out of paint, they get smaller, which looks kind of cool. But I use my stick. But I just want to tell you where like the front dot is, the bottom dot, and the back dot is, so you can make a U, right? A smile. So I'm going to use the stick. Everybody watch me. Don't look away. I can only show you this once. Whatever you're painting, please stop painting. Okay, so I get my stick and I touch the white. Even if you have to do this after me, I want you to see me do it because it was so easy once you see me do it. So the first dot is on the front of her lips, right? Then the second dot is 2 fingers under her eye, or halfway between her eye and her chin. The second dot is 2 fingers behind her eye. But it is not a V, right? So I have to make a U, so I have to fall down, then fall back up. So I go, they don't touch. Dot, 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 falling down, and then falling up in a nice curve. Now you can do it. Or keep watching, right? Wait, and then I make this dots down her back, down her middle. I think it should be a nice rounder arc like a rainbow, but dots, and then I stop when I get to her tail. Okay, now you go. Dot, 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 dot. And then once they get too tiny, I have to stop. Hey, that lasted all the way to the tail. Boom! Okay. Okay, we technically have 2 minutes left because we got a late start. My YouTube recorder says 1:58. Okay, so everybody pause again and look up. Even if you're putting your white dots, I want to show you something else. Now I'm going to switch to my itty bitty blue paint. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. Okay, little blue stick because she makes smaller dots. Now I get my white and now I do the tail. But everywhere that I made a new color gets dots. magenta purple, pink magenta, orange and yellow, green and yellow, green and purple. Oh, we need more paint. Purple, magenta, pink and purple. And they're just a little stack that separates the tail colors because it's fun. Oh, I should have been up here. Oh well, I'll put another row. I missed. I wasn't really watching. And then the green. And then once I get to tail, the top of the tail, I'm done. It doesn't that add a lot? It's weird, but the details add a lot. I don't know. It just starts to add life to it. It was a little bit dull, and now it's like, oh, what? The polka dots are like so helpful. Okay, now look at mine. I did the tail, and I did the body. Now it's on her body. Microscopic dots at least a finger apart that go from her back to her tummy and on her face. They're freckles, but not too much black. I have seen people put too much black and it looks really bad. But I'm still using the teeny tiny blue paintbrush with the black. So I just go, oh, okay. And just, not her tail, just her body. So I go, oh, dot, 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 dot. Dot, 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 and they don't touch. Nobody touches. They're very far apart. Just using my stick. Bink, 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 bink. For texture, because texture is interesting. Ooh, it's making the black shadow of my canvas look more interesting. I like it. It's making the black shadow peek through my paint look more intentional and on purpose. What? And her face, freckles, adorable. And maybe dots on her eyelid too. And nothing on her legs. Her legs get nothing. Who feels good about it? Remember when we started and I told you, don't worry about the shape. It's a chameleon, right? We already did that part. But how about your dark, medium, light, your values? How about your texture? Very interesting to look at. How about your being able to outline and stay inside the lines? You got better and better at it as you understood it. Right? Who has any weird oopsies you want to fix? Look at my little white dot. I just say she burped. She burped a white dot. No, I don't know. But if I want to put black on something, this is a flat black. This black, the background. My black paint is actually shiny. So if I touch anything up, I know that it's going to show up, right? It's going to be a little bit shiny. I'll show you. See? Here's mine, right? And you're like, oh, it doesn't match. So I'm sparse with it, right? Just a little ton of touch up here and there where I absolutely feel like I must. And I'm like, oh, that's upsetting me so much. But now, since the last color I'm using, because it doesn't matter after this, I can get black and be like, oh, let me get goodbye, weird thing, right? Goodbye. Okay. And I went outside the lines right here and I don't like that. Okay, fixed it. Okay, that's all. Because the more I put, it looks more like I made mistakes and I'm fixing it. I'm just trying to do tiny touch up. Tiny. I'm not going to outline the whole thing with black or something. But if I have an accidental scribble I don't like, maybe like I'm looking at my tail and this magenta bumps out right there. I could go and just erase the bump, but I know it's going to be shiny when it dries. So I'm not going to be all hyper about it. Or fix my triangle toe. Oh, that was the stick. I wasn't supposed to paint over that black. Oh, let me see if I can wipe it off my fingers. Oh, darn it. See what you get over outlining things. You guys did a really, really, really good job.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Miss